Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. I can't believe it's almost the end of August and we're in Virgo season, which is exciting. Love my Virgos. I wanted to come on because I probably get a comment or an email, sometimes multiple times a week, about the owl drum, the owl and the hummingbird drum that you see here. You might have also seen it in Linda G's background and Debbie Freebird's Spirits background and Jeffrey Peck's background, and my own. And the story behind that is really quite interesting. And I don't think I've ever really shared it publicly. I know some people have heard it. So I thought I would just do a video and share kind of the background of the inspiration of this beautiful drum. I first have to shout out my wonderful friend who is so talented, Helen Windsor, who is the creator of the drums, the pillows. I'm using it as a prop, and there's an owl. Actually, that one's the whale. I think I'm sitting on one. I've got another owl, beautiful art piece from Helen Windsor, who is the creator of this beautiful piece. And so let me back up about, I'm going to say about 6 or 7 years ago, I moved up into where I'm living now, surrounded by nature, and it really quite simply changed my life. And as many of you know, my sitting in the power and meditation practice is part of my daily practice. And one morning I was sitting in a meditation and I had this vision of this beautiful owl with a hummingbird sitting on the same branch. And so I had this experience in this meditation to which the energy just felt like it needed to come to life, if you will. And so I reached out to my friend Helen and said, "Hey, I've got this idea. I'm wondering if you would be able to create on one of the drums a owl sitting on a branch and being visited by a little hummingbird." And she had said, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she had one owl that she had created, but she had never put them together as a pair. And so she created a drum for me that's actually in my house that is similar to this, but it has the silver moon, and it only has the one hummingbird sitting on the branch. There isn't the second one that's in flight, as you can see on this one. And so I had that drum for several years and really just felt really attached to it. And fast forward to when I started my YouTube channel, I, in a download in another meditation, heard to call my channel the Healing Medium. And so this energy of this beautiful drum became the Healing Medium drum. And so Helen and I decided that we would kind of unite and collab on this beautiful piece. And so many people have become recipients of a very similar drum that you've seen, like with Linda G and Debbie and Jeffrey, and then some other variations that she does with the most beautiful animals that deliver such an amazing medicine. And all of them are really quite unique because they're custom. And so in each of them, you can see in mine, there's the constellation of the Gemini, as well that as the yin and yang, and the 22, which is hidden in here. And so all very meaningful pieces and symbols for me. And so each of the drums has those unique symbols. And so as I've gifted to other people, their drums include some of those unique symbols as well. And so I have to say that I had owned the drum for several years. And one morning I had done 3 readings back to back where the owl or the hummingbird was a strong piece of information and evidence in the 3 mediumship readings that I had done for 3 various people. And those alone are really stories that I wish I could tell. Maybe I'll get permission. I know one person in particular that I remember on that day was a part of this continued energy. And so if I can get their permission, I'll share that story because it's actually really beautiful in itself. So imagine I finished my 3 readings. My partner was in the kitchen. I had come out. I was working in the house at that time, and so I came out of the room that I was doing my readings on, and it was summer, and the front door and the back door were both open, and I heard something as I was going through the hallway before the kitchen, and Brian was in the kitchen, and I heard all of this ruckus and commotion outside the front door. So we kind of went almost at the same time out the front door. And I were surrounded by hummingbirds, but I have never heard so many hummingbirds in one time. I lost count of how many I was actually seeing. The noise of their chirping was just it was overwhelming. But I heard Spirit whisper to look up, and now this is broad daylight, and I'm looking up, and we have this beautiful arbutus tree in the front. And so I'm looking up, and then all of a sudden, perched on the branch is this beautiful owl that's sitting, and there's all of these hummingbirds. And so I took video, of course, and I took pictures, and we really just spent some time in the energy of these beautiful wingeds that were really doing quite a display for us. So I thought that was it. And so we came back in the house, and at the time we had Jake, our little dog, and he needed to go outside to the bathroom, and that's on the other side of the house. So I walked, to the other side of the house, and he comes out with me doing his business. And I instantly hear to look up again. And I look up, and in a very different tree is an owl and a hummingbird sitting on the same branch with another hummingbird that is flying around. So literally, it was the vision that I had had many years prior to having this experience in that moment. So what I thought I would do is, underneath this video, I will put some of the pictures that I took of the actual owl and the hummingbirds. And so it's really, I mean, I feel like, and I was thinking about this, I'm like, why am I actually sharing this in this moment? And I'm sharing it just because of my connection and your connection to the animals and the way that they deliver, the energy and messaging that I think is so unique and different from our sentient beings versus our human communication. And so I think that in itself, in this moment, will feel really aligned for many of you that have your own stories and connections through these beautiful beings. And so that was one reason why I wanted to share. And then the other reason that I wanted to share was that that we're surrounded by opportunity to receive message from spirit, literally, I think, in every day and in most moments. And so just being able to get quiet, I guess, is a part of another reason why I'm sharing this in this moment. So I will put the pictures below in the description box of this video, and I hope that you enjoy this little share. And if you have stories of similar experiences that you've had with the animals, I would love to hear. So feel free to put that in the comments or send me an email. And if people are interested in the drum, yes, Helen does these beautiful pieces. She's actually working on one right now for a very special person. And so I'm excited to see the finish of that. I can't say much more at this moment, but there might come a time where I'll be able to share that one as well. So blessings to you all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll chat real soon. Okay, bye for now.